I come from upstate New York, Erie, Niagara, and Orleans counties. And in my district, there are acres and acres of farmland. We have orchards, we have farms, dairy farms, and I visited them. I've been on these farms, and I always look to the young farmer on the land. And I go up to the young farmer and I say to them, why have you chosen to stay in the industry? And they look at me and they smile and they say, it's part of my family. It's part of my tradition. It's part of my blood. And I always go to the young person because I want to know what they're thinking about the future. And in this chamber, we must look towards the future, and we have disagreements on where that future should be for the Empire State. But my friends, we are the Empire State. And the reason why we're the Empire State is not just because of New York City. It's because of the entire state. We moved forward over our time through our infrastructure and our agriculture, and we realized that we needed to expand and grow. And when I talk then to the older farmers, I see the struggle in their eyes. They worry about their children. And how are these farms going to survive under the current conditions that we have? It is a struggle, and we all need food. It's a common factor. And our farms and our agriculture community is a critical part of our life and about our economy and making sure we're all protected. Oftentimes in our state legislature, in our laws, there are protections carved out for the agricultural community because the legislatures before us recognize the importance and the value of having farms in our communities. I will tell you this too. When I go onto our farms, particularly in my area, and I grab an apple off the tree, it is the best apple I would eat anywhere in the world. The same can go for our peaches and our cherries and for our vegetables. And I'm really afraid that this bill just goes too far for our hardworking family farms. And these young farmers who I speak with, who are so proud to be on that farm, to carry on the tradition, and to provide for all of us, provide for all New Yorkers, is going to be severely damaged by this legislation. And I just stand today to ask my colleagues to reconsider. And I know it will likely pass, because that's how things go here. But please, have more public hearings, have more debate. Take into consideration the future of our farmers, the generations that are going to come long after all of us are in this chamber. It is an important industry. It's critical. And as you can tell, I'm very passionate about it, not just because I have farms in my district, but it affects everyone's district and everyone in the state of New York. And I want to just point out a couple of things. It is a unique industry. It is seasonal. The farmers understand it, the workers understand it. And we must keep those considerations intact because the weather will come. Right now we have more rain this year. And they have to deal with the conditions as God puts the rain down. So I just want to say I strongly oppose this bill because I think it's going to have a chilling effect on our current agriculture industry and also in the long term about the sustainability of our family farms in the long term, decades from now, and on our crops and on our future. Our farmers are struggling. We need this food. We need this agriculture. And I think it's very, very important that we take these things into consideration as we deliberate this bill in its final hours. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak and address my colleagues.